This is purely an information orientated video about pressure switch on a domestic appliance. Please be aware that like most components on domestic appliances, pressure switches do vary in shape and design, and in this video I can only generalise. To explain it easier, I've broken it down to these four fundamental questions. 1. What is a pressure switch? 2. What is it used for? 3. Where is it located? And 4. How does it work? Firstly, what is a pressure switch? A pressure switch is basically what it says it is. It's a switch that's operated by an external pressure force other than physically switching it on or off. And as we're dealing solely with domestic appliances here, it's air that provides that external pressure. Secondly, what's it used for? It's used to turn electrical circuits on and off depending on the position of the internal switches. The number of terminals and contacts on the switch allow it to control different components at different times. In the case of washing machines, etc., it mainly operates fill valves and in some cases controls door interlocks and detects whether or not the motor will go into spin. Thirdly, where is it located? There is no definite location for the pressure switch other than inside the cabinet. Because of their size and adaptability, they can be sited anywhere, but usually are not more than about 2 foot away from the pressure chamber. And lastly, how does it work? It works by air being trapped in a chamber at the base of the machine when the water enters the drum. This is the pressure chamber. The more water, the more compressed the air becomes, and it gets forced up a thin pipe until it reaches the switch. Here it goes through an even thinner hole into the diaphragm section of the switch, where it puts pressure on a plate which is resting on a tripod-shaped trigger. Each of the legs on the small tripod is resting on a reed terminal, and as the pressure increases centrally on it, the contacts engage one at a time. On some of the 3-level switches, the last level is a safety overflow switch, which may never activate unless the machine floods, and in that scenario it would probably turn the fill valves off and the pump on. As I stated earlier, not all switches are made the same, but they usually follow the same guidelines. In this case, the switch plate is attached to the diaphragm, and there are only 2 active contacts, the third being a pivot point for the tripod. Unlike the last switch, this tripod is removable. Not that it makes any difference, because these units are not serviceable and should not be adjusted or taken apart. Well, not if you ever want to use them again, because they're factory set and sealed, so once they've been dismantled, they're only any good for demonstration purposes. Don't be tempted to alter the water level on your machine by adjusting any of the screws on the back of the switches, because in a lot of machines nowadays the pump out cycle is timed, and if you add water to your machine it won't empty within the given time scale and may not go into spin. On behalf of Selfix UK, we'd like to thank you for watching this video and hope you found it interesting. Goodbye.